charming. Pet guru. Barking truths: can dogs digest plastic? A comprehensive guide. My dog loves exploring and chewing on things, especially plastic. His strong teeth and jaws make it easy for him to engage with various items. Sometimes, he chews on plastic that had something tasty, and other times, he just gets carried away while playing. But when it comes to understanding if dogs can digest plastic, I get a little worried. I've been reading articles to learn about the risks of him chewing on plastic, when I should start worrying, and what to do next if he happens to ingest it. If he seems upset or sick after eating plastic, I make sure to call my vet right away. It's important to be safe, and the vet can tell me what's best for my little explorer, helping me navigate the concerns related to whether or not can dogs digest plastic. Being aware of plastic items that can be risky for my dog. My pup loves to explore the world using his mouth, especially now that he's a little pup going through the teething stage. Around our homes and gardens, there are so many plastic items that might seem normal to me but can be super tempting for my furry friend. He finds these plastic objects way too intriguing to resist. Let's take a closer look at some everyday plastics that could cause problems for my dog. Number 1. Plastic clothes pegs. Those tiny pegs used for hanging clothes might look harmless, but my dog seems to find them interesting to chew on. Number 2. Kids' toys. Children's toys made of plastic can catch my dog's eye, especially with their bright colors and different shapes. Number 3. Plastic bottles. The crinkly sound and texture of plastic bottles can attract my dog, but I've heard they can be risky if chewed into pieces. Number 4. Plastic cord or string. My dog might be drawn to the texture of plastic cords or strings, but I know they can lead to digestive issues if ingested. Number 5. Laundry cubes. While the plastic cover might pass through, I've learned that the liquid inside laundry cubes can make my dog sick, so it's best to keep them out of his reach. Number 6. Hard, plastic dog beds. Even items designed for dogs, like hard plastic beds, can pose a risk if chewed on excessively. Number 7. Packaging and plastic wrappers. Dogs can be curious about the crinkly sound of plastic wrappers, but swallowing them can lead to problems. Number 8. Pens. The plastic parts of pens can be chewed on, and ingesting them can be harmful to my dog. I always remind myself that almost anything made of plastic could be a potential risk for my dog. To keep him safe, I make sure to store tempting plastic objects out of sight in a secure location that he can't access. This way, I can help prevent any unexpected trips to the vet and keep my furry friend out of trouble. What happens if a dog eats plastic? If my dog eats plastic, it's not good news. The problem with plastic is that it doesn't break down in my dog's tummy because his body can't digest it. Whether he swallows a whole plastic toy or bites and swallows pieces of a plastic bag, as soon as that plastic gets into his tummy, it can cause issues. The most common problem is that the plastic might get stuck, creating a blockage that stops food and water from moving through his stomach and intestines. Understanding the dangers of plastic ingestion is crucial, much like exploring topics on chalk and spoiled meat. But it's not just blockages we need to worry about. Chewed plastic can have sharp edges that might get stuck in the walls of his stomach or intestines. This could lead to inflammation or even a serious problem called perforation, where there's a hole or tear in the lining of his intestines. The tricky part is that he might not show any signs of being sick right away. It could take a couple of days for symptoms to show up. And there's also the risk of the plastic bits cutting his mouth and tongue, not to mention the scary chance of him choking. So, it's definitely something I'll be watching out for if my pup decides to snack on plastic. Actions to take if you suspect your dog ate plastic. Here are things I can do if I think my dog ate plastic or if I'm trying to figure out if he did. Number 1. Try to determine the amount. If my dog isn't in immediate distress, I'll take a look at the toy or item he was chewing on. I'll try to see how much of the plastic is missing. If I can't figure it out or if he seems to be suffering, I won't spend too much time on this step. I know the vet can find out in an emergency. Number 2. Look for signs of choking. I'll keep an eye out for signs of choking, especially if there are large pieces of plastic involved. If I notice any signs, I'll take my dog to the emergency room. Sometimes, smaller pieces can end up in his nose, causing him to sneeze or paw at his nose. I know this is also an emergency. Number 3. Check my dog's posture. My dog's posture can tell me a lot about how he's feeling. If he's standing and lying down normally, things might be okay. But if I see my dog hunching often, straining to poop with no results, or crouching low with his tail between his legs, these are signs that something might be wrong. If my dog is hunching and whining, it could mean a stomachache or a serious issue that needs immediate attention from the vet. Number 4. Keep an eye out for breathing issues. If my dog is having a tough time breathing, it might mean he ate too much plastic or the plastic is causing a blockage. Signs of breathing issues include heavy panting, his sides moving a lot while breathing, or him lying on one side and breathing with an open mouth. If I see any of these signs in my furry friend, it's time to head to the vet for help. Number 5. Get rid of any extra plastic. If my dog ate plastic, there's a chance he still has some in his mouth or stuck in his teeth, especially if he's been chewing on it for a while. In this case, I'll try to open my dog's mouth and take out any plastic that's still there. If I'm worried my dog might bite me or if I feel uncomfortable doing this, it's best to go to the vet. They can handle this step and check my dog thoroughly for signs of a blockage. Number 6. Visit the vet. Lastly, I'll take my dog to the vet or emergency vet right away in these situations. If I figure out my dog ate a lot of plastic. If my dog is having trouble breathing or choking. If my dog's posture shows he's in pain. If I have any questions or worries about my pet's health. If my regular vet isn't available, I'll head to the emergency vet. Waiting too long can be really serious in this situation. Number 7. Options for helping my dog. When a small plastic object passes through my dog without causing any problems, I don't need to get special treatment from the vet. But, if I suspect my dog might have eaten something plastic and he starts showing mild signs like diarrhea and vomiting, it's a good idea to reach out to my vet for advice. There were a couple of times when my dog had these symptoms, and I wasn't sure what she ate that could be causing the trouble. In those situations, my vet recommended using anti-inflammatory drugs to calm the inflamed intestine and prevent sickness. Additionally, my vet suggested a simple diet of chicken and rice to help my dog recover. Now, if the plastic object gets stuck or if a sharp object has poked through the gut wall, my dog might need an operation to remove the blockage and clear any infection in the gut. It's a serious procedure that could mean a few days in the hospital for my furry friend. Number 8. Dealing with a dog that ate plastic. What my vet recommends will depend on my situation. If they feel the risk is low, they might advise me to keep a close watch on my pet at home. Alternatively, they could suggest tests like X-rays to figure out what's going on inside my dog, keeping in mind that not all plastics show up on X-rays. They may also consider using other methods like ultrasound, a gentle way to scan my dog's organs, or even endoscopy, where a flexible camera is passed into my dog's stomach. In some cases, they might be able to remove a foreign object without surgery using tiny forceps on the end of an endoscope, but this depends on whether my vet has access to this useful equipment. If the item is still in my dog's stomach, my vet might give him medication to induce vomiting. However, if it's a large or sharp item, vomiting could potentially harm the esophagus as gullet, so surgery might be necessary to take it out. Surgery may also be needed if the item has already moved into the small intestine before causing a blockage. During surgery, the vet can assess for damage and obstruction in the organs and remove the plastic. The success of this procedure depends on how much damage has occurred. If it's caught early, my dog's chances are good, but if the blockage has been ignored for a while, there might be more severe damage to my dog's organs. FAQs: Can dogs digest plastic? Question number 1. Can dogs digest any type of plastic? No, dogs cannot digest any type of plastic. Whether it's soft or hard, small or large, plastic is not suitable for digestion in a dog's system. Question number 2. What are the common sources of plastic that dogs may ingest? Dogs may encounter plastic in various forms, including plastic toys, packaging materials, household items, and even items found outdoors like discarded plastic bottles. Question number 3. How quickly should I seek veterinary help if my dog eats plastic? Time is crucial. If you suspect your dog has ingested plastic or observe any signs of distress, it's recommended to seek veterinary attention immediately. Delays can worsen the potential complications. Question number 4, can a small piece of plastic cause harm to my dog? Yes, even small pieces of plastic can be harmful. They can pose a choking hazard, cause damage to the digestive tract, or lead to obstructions, especially if they have sharp edges. Question number 5, are certain breeds more prone to eating plastic? Some breeds may be more prone to exploring and chewing on objects, including plastic. However, all dogs are at risk, and vigilance is crucial regardless of breed. Question number 6, can a dog pass a small plastic item naturally? In some cases, small plastic items may pass through a dog's digestive system naturally. However, this is not guaranteed, and it's safer to seek veterinary advice to avoid potential complications. Conclusion. In conclusion, understanding the risks associated with plastic ingestion is vital for responsible pet ownership. Dogs cannot digest plastic, and it's essential to take preventive measures, such as proper supervision, secure storage of plastic items, and providing suitable dog toys. The diverse sources of plastic in a dog's environment make it crucial for pet owners to remain vigilant and proactive. Seeking prompt veterinary care is the best course of action if there's any suspicion or evidence of plastic ingestion to ensure the well-being of our canine companions.